Hello viewers, welcome to my sixth lecture of the GATE online series 2021. I myself, Professor Hemant Sharma, taking section 2, Applied Mechanics and Design, and module number, the module name is Engineering Mechanics. As you all know in my previous lectures, as you have seen my previous lectures, that my short profile is myself, Professor Hemant Sharma, Department of Mechanical Engineering, and working in a very famous engineering college of Indore, Prestige Institute of Engineering Management and Research. My qualifications are as under, you have always seen in my previous lectures. So proceeding further, as you all know that we have already discussed that the different parts of the module as per the syllabus of the GATE. Free body diagram and equilibrium I have already covered in the previous lectures. In today's lecture, I will be starting the initial part of the trusses and frames. That is, what is a beam, how many types of beams are there, and how many types of loadings are there. And thereafter, in my upcoming lectures, I will be covering the other topics like virtual work, kinematics and dynamics of particles, impulse and momentum. Before moving forward toward the next slide, I want to please request all the viewers to please subscribe my channel as well as press the bell icon to get the notifications of my future lectures uploaded on the YouTube. So, students, in lecture number 6, the content which I will be covering are what is the beams, means what do you mean by beams? Beams, types of beams, loads, types of loads. So, what is a beam? The not say exact definition. There are many definitions. There may be many definitions, but one of the exact definition may be beams are generally horizontal structure members which transfer loads horizontally along their length to the supports, where the loads are usually resolved into vertical forces. What is the use of the beam? Why the beams are required? Beams are used for resisting vertical loads coming on it and to find the shear force and bending moments of the vertical loads which are on the beam, which are arising due to the loads on the beam. So the question arises that how many types of beams are there? Different types of beams can be classified based on the different kind of support. The 4 different types of beams are simply supported beam, fixed beam, cantilever beam, and continuously supported beam. We will see individual beam, how what is the shape or requirement of that type of beam. So the first is simply supported beam. If the ends of a beam are made to rest freely on supports beam, it is called a simply supported or freely supported beam as shown in the figure below. Usually the beam is originally straight. After some time, due to the loading effect, the beam tends to bend. The next second type is beam, fixed beam. If a beam is fixed at both ends, it is called a fixed beam. Its another name is a built-in beam. Okay, the figure is given below. If a beam is fixed at one end while the other end is free, it is called cantilever beam. I can give you many examples of the different types of beams. For example, the cantilever beam. One of the example of cantilever beam is the diving board of the diving board at swimming pool. Swimming pool. You all know about the swimming pool, and there is a diving board for say first floor, second floor, and third floor, from where the contestant or participant jump into the swimming pool. Okay, and the fourth, and last is the continuous beam. If more than 2 supports are provided to the beam, it is called continuous supported beam. As you can see here, that there are more than if there are more than 2 supports. If there are only 2 supports, it will be a simply supported beam or say overhanging beam. But there are three supports in the given figure below. So the minimum requirement is more than two supports. Then the beam will be known as the continuous support or continuous beam. So moving forward, what is a load? A load is in this concept refers to the forces acting on the beams or structures. The forces may be vertical or say inclined forces, due to which at different points there occurs a shear force, and due to which the bending moment also occurs. That part will be I will be covering in my next upcoming lectures. So, how many types of loads are there? Based on the action of the loads are classified into three types. First is the point load or concentrated load. Second is uniformly distributed load. And third is uniformly varying load. So coming going forward towards the next, the different types of load individually, I will be explaining. First is the point load, which is also known as the concentrated load. As you can see in the figure, if this is a beam, this is a simply supported beam, and this arrow is showing some type of force coming on it. And this point load, you can understand that if there is a 10 Newton force, then the whole 10 Newton will be placed one above the other. For example, there is a 1 Newton each load, and there we are having 1 Newton each of load, and 10 number of load are there. Then all these loads are placed one above the other. That is, at a single point, the loading is done. You can see that here the nail is being inserted into the wall or cardboard, okay, with the help of a hammer, and this is a type of a point load or concentrated load. Uniformly distributed load, as you can see that in the uniformly distributed load, the load is uniformly distributed over a particular length. For example, I have given you the example of 1 Newton kept one above the other. Then it is known as simply supported, not so, sorry, it is known as point load. And if 1 Newton are placed horizontally, 1 Newton load each are placed horizontally from one point to another, then this type of loading is known as uniformly distributed load. Okay, a distributed load is a load which is spread over some length of a beam. That is the reason. The reason is it is measured in intensity with units Newton per meter, Newton per centimeter, Newton per millimeter, kilonewton also per meter. If the unit of the load is kilonewton, then kilonewton per meter, kilonewton per centimeter, kilonewton per millimeter also. If the intensity is constant along the length, then it is named as uniformly distributed load. You can see that there is a big truck carrying some uniformly distributed load in form of some pipes. Okay, students, the next part and final is the uniformly varying load. Whenever the load distributed along the length of the beam varies in intensity uniformly according to some law, then it is named as uniformly varying load, and we can see some conventional figures below which are representing uniformly varying load. You can see here that sorry, you can see in the diagram that at point B, for example, this is just an example. At point B, there is a uniformly distributed load of 2 kilonewton per meter, and at point B, there is a uniformly distributed load of say 5 kilonewton per meter. Then we can say that this overall it is representing a uniformly varying load, which is varying from point B, that is 2 kilonewton per meter, and it is varying and increasing with a uniform rate. And at point coming towards the point B, or say there is some length between A and B, for example 5 meters, going from B to A 5 meters, the load is uniformly increasing from 2 Newton per meter to, or 2 kilonewton per meter to say 7 kilonewton per meter, and it is the increase in uniform. So it is termed as uniformly varying load because the load is increasing or say varying at the uniform rate. Here is some another example. Here the load from A point is 0 kilonewton per meter, and it is increasing at a uniform rate. And say at the middle of the part, it is 5 kilonewton per meter, and that thereafter decreasing at some uniform rate. And at point B, it is also 0 kilonewton per meter. So students, hope you enjoyed my this sixth lecture. I once again request you all to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to get the notifications in future for my next uploaded video lectures. Thank you. If you are having some queries, you all know my mobile number. You can call me at any time, and I will be there to solve your queries. Thank you. Meet you in another lecture.